this morning from Derek Furlan. He's the county manager of Sullivan County. He wanted to express to me how much he appreciated Josh Malloy, our Director of Technology's help. He said we sat down for 90 minutes and talked about broadband options and pricing. As you know, we are going to work with Consolidated Comms to extend broadbanding to the Unity campus, which will provide us with broadband to expand internet content, mostly training programs for residents and inmates. He says that it was working with Josh Malloy and his willingness to translate their proposal and give Derek questions to ask them, as well as consider other tech solutions that could save us even more money. He just cannot express his appreciation. And what he said at closing was this: I love the partnership and appreciate Josh Malloy's attitude and willingness to help. It's going to save taxpayers several $1,000s each year, and more importantly, provide us with broadband speeds that are orders of magnitude faster than what we have right now. So this is a classic example of community outreach, classic example of working in partnership with our community. And that being shared with you, that Josh Malloy last week sent me an email that the E-rate Category 2 requests that were submitted his first year have been approved. This E-rate has greatly enhanced our wireless access, connecting the Sugar River Valley Regional Tech Center, the CMS campus, together with underground cable, and increased the time phone and internet services, as well as even keeping us operating if we do have a power outage. Through his work, working with Mike O'Neill and Nate Levanway and the technology department, the district will save $150,000. So there's another example, clearly, of the work of our technology department, working with our business administrators, and saving the taxpayer a great deal of money. I also would like to share with you a former employee of the New Hampshire Department of Education, Ed Murdo. He is now a member of the Keene School Board, and he said in an email last week, we read last week's article in the paper about the inadequate state funding for education. And he was talking about Claremont as well as other articles that have been in the media. We would like to know more about the intentions of other districts going forward and may be willing to join in any group effort. So I spoke to Mr. Murdo. I worked with him 2011, 12, and 13 with the Unity Elementary School Building Project when he was working for the Department of Ed. There was a great deal of interest with the Keene School Board. He said that, he said Keene is known for being very supportive of education, but we are a property-poor community, partly due to the land owned by Keene State not being on our tax rolls. While somewhat better off than other communities, we consistently have one of the top 5 tax rates in the state. Our peer districts, meaning those with similar number of students, such as Bedford, Londonderry, or Salem, have 2 or 3 times the total assessed value that we do. So the playing field is unlevel. And he's very interested, speaking for the Keene School Board, to what's going to be happening tonight with John Tobin, as well as Tom Conner, speaking this evening. Very interested in what's going to be discussed tonight, and I think that other communities are starting to watch too. I'm not going to predict their actions, but we cannot continue to go forward the way we have with declining state aid and the burden being put on the resident for paying real estate. You are invited on June 4th at 6 o'clock to participate in the adult education graduation ceremony that will take place here at the Tech Center. Amy Hood, the director of the Adult Ed, certainly hopes you can participate. It's a wonderful experience to see students receive their high school equivalency who have had challenges between the time they started public education and getting toward the finishing point. So it's very heartwarming to see some great young men and women receive their adult ed education and have certainly a step forward as they go toward the workplace. And last